Hello, I hope you're doing well. Okay, today I'm going to be ranking all the Pokemon games that I know significant knowledge about. Now, if you've seen my ranking video games video, you will know that I have not played all these games. Let me point out to you the ones that I have played, alright? Ruby and Sapphire, Emerald, Fire Leaf Green, Pinball Ruby and Sapphire, Heart of XD, tiny bit of this game, Platinum, the Black and White games, X and Y, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, a little bit, most of this game, Pokemon Go, Pokemon Tournament, tiny bit of this game, and these games, and that's it. But I do learn about Pokemon in my free time, alright? It's like when I have time to myself, I just listen to Pokemon podcasts or whatever. Random facts, it's my jam. But that's not what I'm here to talk to you about. We do have a separate category for the Mystery Dungeon games, Explore Sky and Gears to Infinity. I do only have two Mystery Dungeon games on this list, but you know what? It doesn't matter because there are very few Mystery Dungeon games at all, so whatever. I guess we should get started. You know, I don't want to waste time, but Red and Blue. It's very simple. They added 151 Pokemon, and it's just, what can I tell you? It's the beginning of everything. If the games were bad, they wouldn't have sequels. We would be nowhere near to where we are now. And right now, they've sold like 53 million copies. I don't remember the exact number. And they're the highest selling, it's up there on the highest selling video games ever. It's just a unique take on a video game, I'll be honest. And it's really great. But it isn't super special. It just offers a solid baseline for Pokemon. So yellow is basically just red and blue, but you have to catch a Mankey. And then we've got gold and silver, and obviously it added so much. You know, also X and Y. Red and blue had a significant story. It wasn't super in depth or complicated, but it was there. And then gold and silver made it bigger. Wow, look at that. But you can also go to Kanto, you know. It's really nice. And also new Pokemon. There aren't a whole lot of Gen 2 Pokemon that I really like. Off the top of my head, I can think of Scizor. Yeah, it's kind of just Scizor that I can think of. Oh, Sudowoodo, you know, isn't great, but I think he's pretty funny. Anyway, I feel like, in general, Gold and Silver is just kind of a straight upgrade from Red and Blue and Yellow, although it has better graphics because Game Boy Color. But you know, more Pokemon, whatever. It didn't add anything fundamental to the game. That's kind of my main problem. It's a unique game, you know. It's got those fun level gaps that I like. I like doing them in order because Jasmine is hard, but then after you beat Jasmine, um, you can fight Price, and then but Price isn't hard, and that's really cool. I think it gives some catharsis to fight the final gym leader, but it's just really easy to just storm through his team. I think it's pretty fun. Also, I did just say Gold and Silver didn't add anything fundamental, but it did add Steel and Dark, which I'm remembering. Those are new types, obviously, and those are big deals. So I guess they can go a couple places for that, but I am not going to put them in A. Go up a couple places, I mean. Crystal is just like Yellow, it's just better than Gold and Silver. But not in a big way, it's just kind of there. So in this tier list that I did not make, Ruby and Sapphire are absent for whatever reason, even though they're some of the most famous Pokemon games. So I just placed them with Pokemon Box because it's got Groudon and Kyogre on it, you know. But Ruby and Sapphire, if you thought Silver was an upgrade to Red and Blue, then Ruby and Sapphire are even more so because they're on the GBA, so of course better graphics, better music. Although the GBA doesn't have great audio quality, I'll admit. More Pokemon, a bigger region, I'm pretty sure. I will say Kanto is pretty small. It added that's kind of it actually, but it's a big deal. Oh, and also Groudon, never mind. Yeah, no. I'm speaking very awkwardly, but you have to understand that doesn't change the fact that Ruby and Sapphire are very good games. They're very fun to play through. They have Mudkip. I'm kidding. Mudkip is not actually my favorite Hoenn starter. It's Trico, but it's very close. Everybody agrees that Hoenn has the best starter trio. Actually, not everybody agrees that, but I think so. And so they're just very fun to play through. You know, they're great. And then Emerald has all the version exclusives, a better story with Rayquaza, and he can just it's very nice. And also Wally's Ruby and Sapphire. What am I talking about? Okay, and then we got Fire Red and Leaf Green. I belong to that very strange category of Pokemon players where I'm not a casual, but I play games casually, and I'm not like super competitive. I don't play competitive Pokemon. I don't even play competitive singles battles. Maybe someday I'll join a draft league or something. But I don't know. It's not really my thing. I play games casually. I play them to have fun. Do something to do in my off time. And for that kind of person like me, Fire Red and Leaf Green are incredible games. Incredible games. Because, like I said, Kanto is small. You can go around it pretty easily. And, like in Red and Blue, it offers a lot of freedom. You can go around wherever you want. I mean, not literally wherever you want. You have to have Surf and Strength. Not Strength, actually. That's Black. But, back to it. You have a lot of freedom to go where you want, I'll be honest. And also, probably the second best starter trio, maybe. You know, I will always love Venusaur. I will never be able to pick Squirtle in any Kanto game because then your rival gets Bulbasaur and he can just sleep powder you and it's terrible and I hate it. But in X and Y I like to pick Squirtle because he's just so great. yeah, it's very fun to play through. You know, I'm in the middle of a game right now. Maybe I'm a little biased, but I am right after Sabrina, and I haven't had a single burnout on that game yet, and that's actually saying a lot because I usually burn out of games pretty fast. That's why I prefer short games. Um, most of the time, not all the time. So yeah, Fire Red and Leaf Green, very good, very good. Actually, I'm gonna put Emerald up here because why not? So yeah, there's Gen 3. Oh wait, no, one more game, two more games, Gen 3. It's supposed to be over here. Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire. You will not believe the amount of hours I've put into that game. I don't actually know how many hours I've put into that game, so you literally cannot believe it because I cannot tell you. But I've never been a pinball fan. I just haven't played it a lot. But when I play Pokemon Pinball Ruby and Sapphire, although I haven't played the original, but when I play Ruby and Sapphire, it's very fun. Because I don't know what I can find. Usually, I just kind of I look a lot of things up. You know, I don't usually look up guides, but I look up things to do or like how to do things pretty liberally when I play video games. Because I don't want to spend a lot of time doing something that I could just do whenever I want or do pretty easily if I knew where or how. But in pinball, it's a lot more fun if I don't do that. Because if I don't know what the things do, it adds more randomness. And I don't usually like randomness in my games. But in this case, it makes it more enjoyable. Because pinball is about chaos. Make chaos in your video games. No, not necessarily. But I really do enjoy pinball. I really only stopped enjoying it, stopped playing it, when the only thing left to do was complete the Pokedex. Um, if I want to complete the Pokedex, I'm gonna have to look everything up, and then just have to look, play a lot of pinball and do whatever. It feels more like a job, and I don't want my games to feel like jobs. I want to I want them to feel like games. And so that's why I stopped playing pinball. Maybe someday I'll go back to it. Maybe not. I don't know. But for now, that's pinball. It's absolutely an S tier game. Next up is XD Gale of Darkness. Oops. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. XD Gale of Darkness. I'm just gonna put it here while I talk about it. I haven't actually finished it. Oops. Oh, there we go. I haven't finished it. I played. It's been a long time. I don't remember how far I got. But I feel like I probably didn't. I don't appreciate it as much as maybe I should. So basically, the cons kind of outweighed the pros for me because I first of all I really did not like moving around in that 2D space. I couldn't see anything. When I went to that island with the tree, I really wasn't a big fan because I couldn't see anything. Or like I couldn't see where I was going rather. I couldn't see everything, you could say. And also, it was just kind of weird. And then the battles are pretty nice. I like the whole purifying mechanic. I think it's pretty fun. It makes it for a unique game. Although I did think it was a little weird and arbitrary how I had to walk around and battle with my shadow Pokemon to make it purified. It didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But it was still alright. Dialogue was slow. I couldn't speed it up at all, I don't think. And I felt like it kind of disrupted the flow of battle. Because I like double battles. Double battles are fun. And also, I could use Umbreon. And I love Umbreon. It's my favorite Pokemon. So I thought playing the battles in Gale of Darkness was fun. But doing anything else in that game was not. So, I'm sorry, Pokemon on the GameCube. I wish there was more of you, but now I don't, actually. Well, there was more Pokemon on the GameCube. We had Pokemon Channel and we had Coliseum. I have never played Coliseum, and I don't actually know what that is. And we had Pokemon Box, but none of those are mainline games. I'm very glad that we now have home console games. Although, do you count the Switch as a home console? I have no idea. But also Wii U is a home console, so we got. But that isn't a mainline game though. Whatever. I'm getting really sidetracked. But now we've got Diamond and Pearl, and these games are I'm very conflicted on them. So what they do well, they do pretty well. The music is very, very good. The box art legendaries are great. I love the Palkia. The new Pokemon are pretty alright. The region is very well balanced. I like all the places you go, and the gyms are pretty good. The starters are well balanced. You know, you'll probably do well picking any of them. Maybe not Piplup. But no, that's not right. Rourke is first, so you'll probably do well against any of them because Monferno gets Mach Punch. And also he isn't weak to rock, so you just train him to level 14 and you're absolutely fine. So yeah, it's pretty alright. What it does not well, what it does badly, it does very badly. So the version exclusives aren't great. They aren't that well balanced. You're gonna play down. But also the Pokedex before the post game is very small. You know, have you ever seen that meme of like everybody's Johto or not Johto, Sinnoh team is just the starter, Shinx, and Starly. That's like the dynamic trio for Sinnoh. There's a reason for that, and it goes deeper than just that. There really aren't that many Pokemon in Sinnoh before you unlock the national decks. And it's pretty unfortunate. It had some potential there that it kind of blew. But while I am putting Diamond and Pearl in probably here seems about right. Platinum took that potential and actually used it. It's got all the Pokemon that Diamond and Pearl should have had. It's also got Giratina and the whole Distortion World thing. If I remember correctly, it did something with the Lake Spirits better, but I don't remember because I've only played Platinum. And also, there are reasons people say Platinum is the best Pokemon game. The gym leaders are very fun. I like how Fantina got, first of all, she's harder, which is very fun. And second of all, it's great. Also, there's new Pokemon, or you can get more Pokemon. I don't really know what to say. But yeah, it's pretty alright. So yeah, Platinum, definitely an A-tier game. I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed Emerald when I played through it. I didn't play through the whole thing, but I didn't enjoy it as much as I enjoyed Emerald though. Because in Emerald, I can do a wheelie on my acro bike. Like what could ever be better in a Pokemon game than doing wheelies on your bike? Anyway, here's the floor of the sky. Now I did make, like I said, a separate tier for Mystery Dungeon. So it's gonna go there no matter what. Now I'm not somebody who's generally going to enjoy a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon game. It's not my kind of game. If I'm gonna play a strategy game, I'm gonna play a game where I kind of control what happens, or not a game where the AI is more predictable, maybe. Or maybe I'm just bad at predicting Mystery Dungeon AI. I don't know. But I'm gonna play Fire Emblem because I can use the AI to my advantage in that game.
You can't really, as far as I'm aware, at least I'm very bad at doing that in Mystery Dungeon. Also, I get bored of that game pretty easily, or any of the Mystery Dungeon games really. I get bored of them pretty easily. I don't have, 45-minute attention span unless I get really engaged. Then I have like a 4-hour attention span. Seriously, I wish I had recorded my first playthrough of Majora's Mask. It was insane. Um, uh, but yeah, it's just it isn't for me. But I have played some of this game. I kind of enjoyed the bit I did play, but I did get bored pretty easily. So unfortunately, if it were on this regular tier list, it would be probably somewhere around these games. I'm not sure. Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Everybody says, not everybody. I feel like half the people, any Pokemon fan, is gonna either tell you that the best Pokemon game is either Pokemon Soul Silver or Pokemon Platinum. Pokemon Platinum. I don't think this is the case. I'm gonna tell you what I think the best Pokemon game is, and you're gonna have to deal with it. But I do like Heart Gold Soul Silver. I haven't played it. I probably should, but I haven't. I've just been doing other things, and I keep forgetting. Um, Johto isn't my favorite region. I definitely prefer Kanto and Sinnoh and Unova. I prefer some spin-off regions. I like Hisui, although I haven't played Arceus, I guess. But anyway, that all I say, Johto isn't my favorite region to go around in. Um, I like the new Pokemon, some of them. I think I already said that. Um, but the stuff that's new in Heart Gold Soul Silver specifically, um, isn't a terrible amount, if I'm remembering correctly. Like the Pokemon walks around with you. Giratina is cowering behind you, or whatever, like the meme. I can't think of a whole lot of new stuff in Heart Gold Soul Silver. Besides, of course, better music, better graphics, and also DS. I just feel like the DS is just such a good. It's a perk for any given Pokemon game. It's inherently good because the the thing at the bottom, it just makes it better. You don't have to. I don't know. That's my opinion. Um, so yeah, I think Heart Gold and Soul Silver are games to be respected. Um, I probably don't give it enough credit, but maybe that's just because I haven't played it. I don't know. I'll have to play it and find out someday. But for now, let's just put them here. Okay, now we got Pokemon Black and White. These are interesting games. Again, another game I'm pretty conflicted on. 2 games, I guess. Are they really 2 games, or are they just 1? I guess they are technically, but I mean, they feel like 1 because I don't know, whatever. They're games that I'm conflicted on. The things they do well, they do well. The things they do poorly, they do poorly. Actually, one of the things they do well, they also do poorly at the same time. The region, Unova, is a great region, and you can go. It's like Kanto. You can go in a lot of the places at one time, even if you don't have to. It's very optional. It's great. I love it. I love Unova. It's one of my favorite regions, and also Gen 5 is my favorite generation. The boxer legendaries are cool. I've gotta love some kaijus. Right? Kaijus. like the little lore with the big dragon and the three dragons and whatever. I, I'm not a huge fan of their approach to storytelling. They kind of try to make it where it's like it's not front and center, but it's definitely there. And I feel like that doesn't help a whole lot with a Pokemon game. I feel like it's got to be either one of those things. It's either got to be just kind of not there and whatever, or it's got to be the focus. And I feel like Black and White doesn't do that well. The big things, the good things about Black and White though, is that one of them is that you only need one hidden machine in the entire game. One hidden machine to beat the game, and that is HM01 cut at very beginning of the game. You can get it on a Patrat. You can get it on the monkey, the elemental monkey that you get right there in the dream yard where you need to use the machine. You can just use it there. That's the only time I ever used a hidden machine. That's very nice. That's very so yeah, I love that. And also, I mean, some of the HMs are just good attacks in general, like Surf. I guess not the two-turn ones, but Strength is a pretty alright normal type move. It's pretty nice. And also, it's just, I love the visuals, you know. Also, the music in Black and White. Gen 5 is the best music. That's really nice. Gen 5 is so balanced, and I just enjoy it. You know, I go back to Pokemon Black and White 2, or Black and White 2 a lot. I replay them a lot. But maybe I should replay Black and White more often because they're very nice. Black and White 2 though is just a refinement of Black and White 1, but it also has a new story, new Pokemon, new characters, even a new protagonist. It's very nice, and also you go in a different direction. You, like in Black and White 1, you just kind of go over a curve on the left part of Unova. Black and White 2, it's more of a you go everywhere. It's very nice, and also you can see all the changes that has happened to Unova since 1. It's great. I really do love Black and White 2. They are the best mainline Pokemon games. They are. It's some of the, like right now, one of the songs is going through my head. And it's very nice. It's like, I like I like how just thinking of a game can make one of the best songs in the game pop in my head. And I don't mind it because it's not too loud. I hate it when a song gets loud in my head, but I don't know, I really love Black and White too. And that's saying a lot because they weren't my starting point. They weren't where I started the game. I started on Fire Red. Okay, X and Y. If I had to explain X and Y in as few words as possible, I would say it's a casual's dream and a non-casual's nightmare. Every casual, everyone who plays a game casually, like me, is gonna like X and Y. I mean, not literally everyone, but that's how it's gonna go. Because it's got so many things that are good for casual players who don't really care about balancing or anything. Mega evolutions, incredible. You know, affections, it's great. And also the game's story is bad, but I feel like it's kind of supposed to be bad. It's kind of non-existent, and the game is okay with that. it's technically there. There are some bits with story, but there's only like, if I can remember, there's only one part where you just go down to the place and fight Lysander, and then the story is over, and that's kind of it. Actually, no, there's two places. There's two places you infiltrate, and that's it. Just like Kanto, actually, there's two places you infiltrate there, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think not having a story is good. You don't need a story to have a good Pokemon game. I really want you, if you are a person who thinks not having a story makes a Pokemon game worse, I ask you to reconsider, because that is not the case. It really is not the case. And so, a casual, me, I'm a casual, so I'm gonna put X and Y right here. They deserve this place in my heart. I mean, this tier list is not my heart, but whatever. Okay, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. I have not played these games. I know that they're basically Hoenn games with Mega Evolutions. I'm not sure what to say. I can't really give any insight. I'm just gonna... I like Mega Evolutions, so I'm gonna put Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire just like a little bit above. Oh, whoa, not this. Oh gosh. Just put it a little bit above Ruby Sapphire. Okay. Sun and Moon. Okay. I want to preface this by saying I really do not like Sun and Moon. I like the Alolan forms. I like the concept. I like the execution. And that is probably literally all I like about Alola. I like the theme. I like the island theme. And that's all I like. I hate Z crystals. I hate the Kahuna thing and the trials and all that. It's just the worst thing ever. Yeah, even the legendaries aren't great. Lunala is a little cool, but that's it. Yeah, no. Sun and Moon. Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon kind of tried to fix it with the new lore and stuff, but they didn't do it well enough to make me like it, I'll be honest. And so, Ultra Sun Ultra Moon is better than Sun and Moon, but not by much. Mystery Dungeons Yates to Infinity. Everybody hates this game, except for me. I actually like it. I haven't finished it, but I got pretty far in before I got bored, and that's saying a lot for a Mystery Dungeon game. It kept me engaged. It wasn't hard. I didn't really have to try too much to do well. It's just a little thing that I can play in the background and listen to music or do something with my life while I'm playing it, and I like that. Hard games are not, or easy games are not inherently bad. You gotta understand this. It doesn't make sense. So we're gonna put it right up here in A tier. Actually, I'm gonna put it here. Here. Yeah. Pokemon Go. No, I don't really care about this game. I do not care. Actually, no, I'm just gonna put it in the I don't know. Yeah, okay. Pokemon Tournament is my favorite Pokemon game. That might change. Black and White 2 might overcome it. But right now, Pokemon Tournament has got to be my favorite Pokemon game. It's a fighting game with Pokemon. I'm not a big fighting game person, although I do like high action games. But in general, I'm not a fighting game person because I can always just get comboed by just someone random, and it's just, I'm not good enough. It's not that fun for me. It's just not that great. But in this game, Pokemon Tournament just adds so much more depth to the basic concept of a fighting game that I find a lot of fun in it. And I will have fun playing Pokemon Tournament anytime I play it. Sword and Shield. No. Okay, I like the new Pokemon, some of them. But I do not like Galar. I do not like how quickly you go through or how linearly you go through a region. One of the big problems with Black and White. I'm not a big fan of the DLC, partly because it added Calyrex Shadow and Urshifu Rapid Strike. And it's not great. I'm not a big fan. Pokemon Home, it's not a game, but is very useful for basically everything, so it goes nesting. Cafe Remix, just put it there, I don't care. Quest, I don't know why I have these on the list. Rescue Team DX, is the other Mystery Dungeon game that I enjoyed. Wait a second, just remembered that. Okay, Rescue Team DX is the other Mystery Dungeon game that I enjoyed, and got moderately far in. I just thought it was very fun. Like if I had two critiques, it would be, again, I get bored, and also, I don't like the hunger thing. It's just, I don't want to have to fill my box with stuff that doesn't have to do with combat, when combat is basically the whole appeal to me of Dungeons, Mr. Dungeon. So that's just a little critique I have. We all know what I'm gonna do with Brilliant Diamond Shiny Pearl. They have the bad Pokedex, and also I hate Chibi art style. Legends Arceus is a pretty good game. One problem I have with it is that it doesn't focus on battling basically at all. It makes the Volo fight way harder. And exploring a video game is not my favorite thing to do, unless it's like Metroid or Xenoblade. And exploring and catching Pokemon isn't really my thing. But overall, it's a pretty nice game. I guess I'll put it here. Scarlet and Violet. It has performance issues. Of course, it has performance issues. I hear you. But the new Pokemon are great, mostly. And the three stories is very nice. I like the different areas of the game when I'm not lagging so much that I can't see them. And so overall, Scarlet and Violet is a pretty good experience for me. I like it a lot. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's got to go up there, and also competitive. I don't play competitive, but I watch competitive. And so I gotta give that Scarlet and Violet because I did start competitive, watching competitive. I played a little bit too. I started that in, I think, Regulation B of Scarlet and Violet. So I do have to. That is it. That is my tier list of the Pokemon games that I actually care about. I don't care about you, Pokemon Go. I don't care about you, Cafe Remix. I don't care about you, Pokemon Quest. Mobile games. Honorable mention: new Pokemon Snap. I've never played it before, but it sounds really fun. Rail shooters aren't really my thing, but yeah, I guess that's it. I'll see you later.